Is the Atlanta Falcons general manager, Terry Fontenot, truly on the brink, staring down a make-or-break season so intensely that he's willing to gamble on high-stakes trades? That's the electrifying question reverberating through the NFL landscape as whispers grow louder about the Falcons potentially eyeing two dynamic wide receivers before training camp ignites. While Atlanta's receiving core isn't screaming for help, the pressure cooker Fontenot finds himself in could dramatically shift the team's strategy, pushing him to make bold moves that could either cement his legacy or send him packing. The air in Flowery Branch, Georgia, feels different this offseason. A massive investment in quarterback Kirk Cousins, only to see him sidelined, and a top 10 draft pick spent on Michael Penix Jr. has set a dramatic stage. This isn't just about winning games, it's about survival. For Terry Fontenot, the architect of this current Falcons roster, the stakes couldn't be higher. He's the general manager who has overseen consecutive losing seasons, the one who made the controversial Cousins to Penix transition. If Penix doesn't shine, if the Falcons don't turn the corner, Fontenot's tenure could end abruptly on Black Monday. This existential dread, this desperate need for immediate success, could be the catalyst for moves few would have predicted. It's a high-stakes chess match, and Fontenot might just be willing to sacrifice a pawn, or even a rook, if it means protecting his king, Michael Penix Jr.'s development and by extension his own job. The question isn't whether the Falcons need a receiver, but whether Fontenot needs to ensure Penix has every conceivable weapon at his disposal, even if it means overspending or sacrificing future draft capital. The scary proposition, Terry McLaurin and the Commander's conundrum. Imagine a world where the Falcons' receiving room, already featuring the towering presence of Drake London, the electric speed of Darnell Mooney, and the surprisingly productive Ray McCloud, adds another layer of elite talent. That layer could very well be Terry McLaurin, the Washington Commanders' star wideout. Scary Terry, as he's affectionately known, has long been one of the league's most consistently productive, yet curiously underrated receivers. While he might not always be mentioned in the same breath as the Justin Jeffersons or Tyreek Hills of the world, his on-field performance often speaks a different language, one that screams elite. He's a few steps, not miles, behind that top tier, a fact often overlooked. McLaurin's current situation in Washington is a powder keg. He's entering the final year of a 3-year extension signed in 2022, and coming off a season with over 1,000 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns, and nearly 100 receptions, he's rightfully seeking a new, lucrative contract. At 29, soon to be 30, he understands that his window for major paydays is narrowing. From the Commander's perspective, trading McLaurin would be an act of organizational self-sabotage. He's their undisputed offensive leader, a fan favorite, and a cornerstone. Yet, as the saying goes, dumb organizations do dumb things. The Commanders, despite a recent change in ownership, have a history of questionable decisions. Could they be foolish enough to let a player of McLaurin's caliber walk, or trade him for less than his true value, simply due to contract disputes or a misjudgment of their own needs? It's a tantalizing, if slightly cynical, thought for Falcons fans. For Atlanta, the allure of McLaurin is undeniable. Pairing him with London would create a formidable duo capable of dominating opposing secondaries. Mooney's speed and McCloud's versatility would further diversify an already potent attack, giving Michael Penix Jr. an embarrassment of riches. The thought of McLaurin, London, Mooney, and Bijan Robinson on the field simultaneously is enough to send shivers down the spine of any defensive coordinator. The primary hurdle, however, is Atlanta's depleted draft capital. They've already traded away their 2025 first-round pick and a fifth-rounder, leaving them with limited ammunition after a draft where they only had 5 selections. Acquiring McLaurin would likely require significant assets, potentially forcing Fontenot to get creative or dig even deeper into future draft reserves. But if the GM's job is truly on the line, no price might be too high to ensure Penix's immediate success. The dog in the slot, Jauan Jennings, and the 49ers' dilemma. Then there's the intriguing possibility of Jauan Jennings, the San Francisco 49ers' gritty wide receiver. For our Georgia Bulldog faithful watching, the name might trigger a slight wince. Yes, That Jauan Jennings, the Tennessee Volunteer who snatched victory from the jaws of defeat with a Hail Mary catch in Athens back in 2016. But if you can momentarily set aside that painful memory, and let's be honest, Georgia football has done quite well since then, Jennings presents a compelling case for the Falcons. He's a dog on the field, a player who consistently punches above his weight class. His performance in the recent Super Bowl, where he was arguably the 49ers' most impactful offensive player and nearly claimed the MVP award, showcased his undeniable talent and clutch gene. It's a fun piece of trivia that he was the highest-ranked high school quarterback on that Super Bowl field, even above Patrick Mahomes and Brock Purdy, a testament to his raw, athletic ability and competitive fire. Like McLaurin, Jennings' availability hinges on a contract dispute. As an undrafted free agent, he earned his way to a restricted free agent tender and then a 2-year extension last year, a deal widely considered a bargain at around $7 million per season. Jennings knows his worth, and he's looking for another extension that reflects his impact. The 49ers, however, find themselves in a tight spot. They just extended Brandon Ayuk and drafted Ricky Pearsall, potentially feeling they've allocated enough resources to the wide receiver position. They might genuinely lack the liquid, cap space, or immediate funds to offer Jennings the deal he deserves. While the 49ers wouldn't want to trade Jennings, especially with Ayuk recovering from an ACL and MCL tear, a really good, compelling offer could force their hand. For the Falcons, Jennings offers a different, yet equally valuable skill set. While Mooney handles the sideline speed in 9 routes, and London commands attention everywhere, Jennings excels in the yards after contact and yards after the catch departments. He's a physical, tough receiver who thrives over the middle, turning short gains into significant chunk plays. This role could be invaluable for Michael Penix Jr. in his second year, providing a reliable, chain-moving target in the heart of the field. While the Falcons' current receiver depth might make Jennings seem less of a priority compared to a dire need, Fontenot's overarching goal of surrounding Penix with every possible advantage could elevate Jennings' status. It's a strategic move, less about filling a gaping hole and more about optimizing an already solid unit to ensure the franchise quarterback success, weighing the risks and rewards. A GM's desperate play? The potential acquisitions of McLaurin or Jennings represent more than just adding talent. They symbolize a general manager's desperate gamble for survival. Terry Fontenot is in a unique and enviable position. He's built a roster with intriguing pieces, but the results haven't followed. Now, with a new quarterback and his own job on the line, he might be compelled to push all his chips into the center of the table. The primary obstacle remains draft capital. The Falcons are already behind the curve for 2025, and parting with more picks would further limit their future flexibility. However, if the alternative is unemployment, a general manager might view future picks as a luxury he can't afford to prioritize. McLaurin offers immediate high-level impact, a proven top-tier talent who elevates any passing game. His age is a slight concern for long-term investment, but for a GM needing immediate returns, a 4 to 5 year window of elite play is more than enough. Jennings, on the other hand, is a younger, more cost-effective option who brings a specific valuable skill set to the middle of the field. He's less of a splash, but a crucial piece for a nuanced defense. The decision between the two, or even pursuing one, will come down to Fontenot's assessment of risk, reward, and the ultimate price. This isn't just about football statistics. It's about human ambition, professional survival, and the relentless pressure of the NFL. Will Terry Fontenot make the call? Will he push the boundaries of conventional roster building to secure his future and the immediate success of Michael Penix Jr.? The rumor mill is churning, the stakes are sky high, and the Atlanta Falcons could be on the verge of a move that defines not just their season, but the fate of their general manager. What do you think, Falcons fans? Is a bold trade the answer to Terry Fontenot's predicament, or should the team stand pat and trust the talent they already have? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button to show your support for the channel.